Jesus Christ currently lives in a physical body of flesh and bones. He walks and talks no differently than all of you who are watching this video right now. In fact, if we were all in the same room together where we're able to physically shake each other's hands, give each other a verbal greeting, or even a hug, Jesus Christ could do those exact same things with us simply because he currently lives in a physical body of flesh and bones. So how do I know this? A long time ago, in the early 1800s, God the Father and his Son, Jesus Christ, personally visited Joseph Smith, a young boy who was on his knees in a grove of trees praying to God to know which of all the churches and faith organizations he was to join. At that moment, God the Father pointed to his beloved Son, called Joseph by name, and said, "Joseph, this is my beloved Son. Hear him." After which the Lord opened up his arms and said, "Behold, I am Jesus Christ." And many other words did the Lord speak unto him. Eventually, the Lord did answer his prayer, and that was that he was to join none of the churches and faith organizations that were around him, for their preachers taught of Christ specifically for gain, and that those same preachers drew near to him with their mouths but were far from him with their hearts, and that their creeds were an abomination unto him. And then the Lord issued Joseph a promise that eventually through him the fullness of the everlasting gospel of Jesus Christ would be restored to the earth, never again to be taken away, in preparation for the second coming of the Lord. At that moment, Joseph Smith learned for himself a crucial piece of information that none of the preachers would even comprehend, and a crucial piece of information that was lost for many years after the death of the last apostle in Jerusalem. And that piece of information was that both God the Father and his beloved Son, Jesus Christ, live in physical bodies of flesh and bones. Two separate, distinct individuals whom Joseph Smith spoke with in that grove of trees. So what evidence do we have that that event took place with Joseph Smith in that grove of trees? We have the Book of Mormon, another testament of Jesus Christ. If that book is true, then the event that took place with Joseph Smith speaking with God the Father and his Son Jesus Christ actually happened. And it also means that the fullness of the everlasting gospel of Jesus Christ has been restored to the earth. And that this book is an additional witness testifying of the same biblical Jesus, that Jesus Christ is a resurrected being and that he lives today. Today, the Book of Mormon is the only book in the entire world, aside from the Bible, that has an account of Jesus Christ visiting a group of believers outside of Jerusalem. And this group of believers lived in the ancient Americas, a place where the origins of the Book of Mormon take place. Another way that I know that Jesus Christ lives in a physical body of flesh and bones, aside from the Book of Mormon, is the biblical account. When Jesus Christ was resurrected on the third day, he went and visited with his apostles and he ate with them in a physical body after his death and resurrection. Something that I hope I get to do after I have long left this world and resurrect into this body that you're seeing me speak to you in. What a wonderful thing. So to dissolve all of the confusion out there in this world, I add my witness that Jesus Christ physically lives in a body of flesh and bones. In the same manner that you see me speaking right now, he can speak and move and walk and talk in the same way. One day, because he is a resurrected being, we too will be resurrected into physical bodies long after we have left this world on the appointed day set by our Heavenly Father. One day, because Jesus Christ physically lives in a body of flesh and bones, we will all be able to associate with one another no differently than we are able to today in this world with one another. I know this because the Book of Mormon is true. And on top of that, the Lord has endowed me with a special witness of his living divinity. I know that Jesus Christ lives in a body of flesh and bones, and that he has witnesses known as prophets and apostles in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints who are privileged with knowing his physical presence and his literal voice. I know his inaudibly audible voice. It is strong and powerful, yet it is gentle and sweet. And I am confident that if you take the time to read and ponder the contents contained within the Book of Mormon, you will eventually come to know for yourself that the Book of Mormon is true. And once you know that that book is true, then you will know that God the Father and his Son, Jesus Christ, personally visited Joseph Smith, providing us with the crucial piece of evidence that Jesus Christ literally does live in a physical body of flesh and bone.